guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another yummy episode here at Kaluhi'S Kitchen. Thank you so much for being here and thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. So for today, we're going to make something meaty, delicious and fast to prepare. And just because it's fast to prepare, it does not mean it has to lack in flavor. We do things explosive here at Kaluhi'S Kitchen. And for today, my chicken mshikaki, best believe it's going to hit all those taste buds. To accompany my chicken mshikaki, I'm going to make a nice full-bodied garlic ukwaju barbecue sauce. Easy to prepare as well, and I'm very excited about this episode. I hope you're ready because this is going to be super amazing. Karibuni sasa, tuanze kazi. My ingredients are laid out and I'm ready to dive right in, but first, kama kawaida, let's do a quick run through of all the ingredients so that we are on the same page. The star ingredient of the chicken mshikaki is obviously chicken, and as you can see, mine is already marinated. I marinated mine yesterday afternoon. Yesterday was Sunday, and I let it sit overnight so that all the flavors get into the meat and the meat itself has flavor of its own. The purpose of marination is to ensure that the meat has flavor and you're not just like cooking, boring, just plain meat. No, we don't do boring. And guys, life is too short to cook flat meals. Ensure you always marinate your meat so that even if you season the meat itself has inherent flavor of its own. And to impart that inherent flavor, you do it through marination. So for my marinade, I use some thyme, some rosemary, garlic, red onion, soy sauce, balsamic vinegar, and a dash of coriander powder. You can use any combination of ingredients you personally prefer. I always switch up my ingredients depending on my mood as well. And for yesterday and today, those are the flavors I wanted my meat to have for this particular recipe. So don't be afraid to play around with flavors. Remember, cooking is fun. Think outside the box. Let go of the reins and just go wild. Okay, not like work a chocolate or anything, but just, think outside the box. Musieke chocolate kwa kuku. And then for my spices, I decided to use just 3 for this recipe because the marinade has such full-bodied flavors, and the basting sauce we're going to use is also very boisterous. So we're going very mild with the seasoning. So for that, I decided to use some black pepper, some mixed spices, and some turmeric. Mixed spices is a spice blend, so even if you use only mixed spices, your chicken will have really full flavor. One thing I have to say, I almost forgot, is you can leave out the seasoning, though I prefer to season and marinate. But when you marinate your chicken, you can go straight into the grilling process without seasoning, and that's why marination is important. You can skip seasoning and go straight into grilling or baking or whatever, roasting, because you have already infused flavor into the meat. But to elevate that flavor, that's why I always season it as well. For all my chicken recipes, that's always the mtindo, so we're going to do it here as well. Now, we've gone through all the ingredients that I have laid out, and now the next step we're going to do is we're just going to slice our chicken into medium-sized cubes, and then we're going to skewer them. I bought my skewers from Carrefour. These ones are the small ones. The small size go for 60 shillings, but the bigger ones go for about 100 bob or 120 shillings, if I'm not wrong. Either way, they're all affordable, and I think this pack has about 50 skewers, so they will last a long time. So go get your skewers, buy the ingredients, then come back and prepare this mshikaki with me. Now that we've done everything, let's chop our chicken, skewer it up, then proceed with the grilling. begun and I'm very excited about how this will turn out. I love my mshikaki any time of day, if I'm being honest, with any meal, lunch, breakfast, dinner, whatever. But when I'm hosting, I particularly love mshikaki as part of an appetizer because they are very easy to eat because they are finger foods and they're very fast to prepare. So mshikaki forever. I also like preparing them as minis because that enables you to stretch the amount of meat you have. And for half a kg of chicken, I have prepared 15 mshikakis. That's a steal for me. You can make them on a longer skewer as well, but if you make them on a longer skewer, remember you will have less amount of mshikakis, maybe 7, maybe 6, but if you go with minis, you'll have more. Also, I want to mention, for me, I like mine having just meat, but you can alternate your meat and onion and tomatoes or whichever other mboga you prefer using to stretch the amount of meat you have as well. But for me, I like having mine as meaty as possible. I'm also using an electric pan, an electric grill, but you can use any other pan you have at home. Remember, it's not the pan that's cooking, it's your hands that are cooking. That means if I go to a friend's place and she doesn't have this specific pan, but she has a normal pan, I can still be able to prepare this exact recipe because the recipe is the same. Mkono ni zangu na unapika tu kawaida. So if you have a normal pan, just feel free, it will still work perfectly. The amount of time it will take for the chicken to cook is very, very short, under 8 minutes. Please trust me on this. Don't boil, then come and grill. Just skewer them, then grill them straight ahead. It will take a short amount of time. Remember, don't overcook them because if you overcook them, they will become very chewy and very dry. And you still want your mshikaki to be nice and juicy and you know, all things delicious. So don't overdo it, don't overcook them. So with that said, let's just keep turning this as we go and then see you on the other side after these have already cooked. We're now done with the chicken and it looks absolutely perfect. I've just removed one piece from the skewer to ascertain if imeiva hadi ndani, and yes, it has evaed in under 5 minutes. So if you also have a bit of hesitation as to if the chicken has evaed or not, just take one piece, give it a taste, and then you'll see it takes a short amount of time for the chicken to get cooked through and through. Now for the next step, just to elevate the flavor of this dish, I want to baste my mshikaki in a garlic ukwaju sauce. To my foreign readers, ukwaju is tamarind, and to my local readers, you can get your ukwaju from Basting, Fig Tree Market in Gara, which is my favorite spot. And at Fig Tree, a packet about this size costs only 50 shillings. So please go and get your ukwaju. It's multi-purpose. You can use it in almost everything. I'll also link down below how you can extract your ukwaju because it's something I feel everyone must know and it's so easy as well. So I'll link it down below. Go see how you can extract your ukwaju so that you have your ukwaju paste ready for a food emergency when you want to make something easy and delicious. So speaking of the garlic ukwaju barbecue sauce, let me show you exactly how I made mine. To my sufuria, I added some oil, followed by my red onion, garlic, and a dash of pepper. I mixed it all in, and once it was fragrant and softened, I added my ketchup, followed by my ukwaju paste, and then some honey. I mixed everything in and allowed it to simmer for a few minutes. One thing you have to make sure is once everything is combined in your sufuria, just give it a bit of a taste test and make sure that everything is in balance. Ukwaju can be a bit overwhelmingly tart when you add it in huge amounts. So kidogo kidogo, then adjust upwards if there is need to do so. Now, that said, I think my sauce has simmered long enough. We're now just going to baste our nicely cooked perfectly charred chicken mshikaki, and then we're ready to serve. Mimi, I'm hungry by the way. This is my first meal of the day and I'm ready to eat. Another gorgeous recipe down, and you guys have to admit these look fantastic. Cindy, angalia too. They look amazing and I know they're going to taste fantastic. And since we always ascertain the taste before anything else, let's give this a try. Let me grab one. Nimejaa mate kwa mdomo and I can't wait to taste this. So let's go. Yum. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is so delicious. So freaking delicious. The meat is perfectly cooked through. It's also juicy, which is something that you also have to make sure your meat is. You can taste the marinade ingredients, you can taste the thyme, you can taste the rosemary, you can taste the tart notes of the balsamic vinegar. The racing, the barbecue sauce with its very potent garlic taste ties everything together, and garlic and chicken together, flavors that are just made in heaven. You guys have to try this out. Make it part of your family menu, make it part of your hosting tradition. You know, when you host people, make sure this is part of it. Or even if you're living alone, make sure this is part of your weekend treat. Don't forget, the exact recipe quantities are on my blog, link on my description box. Also on my description box is the link on how to extract ukwaju. Make sure you check out both, and please guys, try this out. As you can see, it's super easy. Take a pic, tag me on any social media platform. I really deeply enjoy seeing my creativity coming to life in your kitchens. I hope you like this video. For me, it's time to go and eat for real. Thanks so much for being here. See you on my next video. Bye.